What is illusion? Illusion is anything which comes and goes, which appears and disappears, anything which is known and exhibits any change. It is like the dream that you had last night. It appeared, and while it was appearing, it seemed absolutely real. Now that it has disappeared, it is nowhere to be found. It simply never existed. It only appeared to exist. That is the nature of illusion. It appears and it seems so real, but it never actually has any reality. It only has apparent reality. So if illusion is that which appears and disappears, reality is that which witnesses its appearance and disappearance. Reality itself never appears, therefore it cannot be known, because reality is to whom illusion appears. This is why in the tradition of Advaita Vedanta, we are encouraged to discern between truth and illusion by discerning between the changeless and the changeful, the seer and the seen, the knower and the known. It is also why in the teachings of Ramana Maharshi, which we cover a lot on this channel, he continues to emphasize and encourage us to question, who am I? Because I am the changeless reality aware of all change. The question, who am I, brings our attention away from what appears, inwards towards that which knows the arising of appearance. This all may sound a little confusing and abstract, but I promise you that in today's video, we're going to boil all of this down into very simple, plain language, and we're going to together experience this discernment so clearly, perhaps more clearly than you ever have before. But first, let's define what it means to identify. To identify with something simply means to take it to be what I am. It's to impart reality to something, selfhood to something. It is where we take something that we are not to be what I am, to be true, to be real. So, this will be the main work that we do together today in our meditation. We will learn how to stop taking what appears to be real. We will learn how to stop taking what appears to be self. We will learn to see what is impermanent, what always changes. And lastly, we will learn to notice that which is changeless and ever present. This is self-inquiry, discerning between self and not self, truth and illusion. And as you get better at this discernment, you start to grow in the understanding of the true nature of things. You start to grow in the understanding of your true nature. Suffering begins to melt away because suffering is only due to wrong impressions, due to identification of the self with illusion. So if you're ready, let's do a guided meditation together that will help you with this discernment, to do it much more clearly, and to stop being fooled by illusion. And after our guided meditation, we will also briefly discuss a few ways to bring this discernment into our day-to-day life. Slow down and be present for today's talk. Listen to today's talk attentively, without expectation, simply being open and available. Enjoy. To explore this more deeply, let's start here. Feel into what we call the now. Become aware of now. What is aware of now? One thing is true for certain, I am aware of now. What exactly is that self that is aware of now? The thoughts which are arising and trying to answer this question, is that what is aware of now? No, right? Because even those thoughts which arise and speak and pass judgment, I am aware of. So, what is this self that sees thought also? Thought is an object that comes and goes in the now. Thought was not, then it appears momentarily in the now, and then it passes. So, that which I am, that which is aware, is not thinking, is not the thoughts which are coming and going in the now. So, then what exactly is aware? What is aware of now? Is it any sense perception? For example, is it this sound that is aware of now? No, right? Because the sound also, just like the thoughts, is an object that appears and disappears, comes and goes in the now. It was not, it momentarily appears. The moment it appears, it disappears. Now remains. I, that which is aware of now, also remain. Sounds come and go, sights come and go, tastes come and go, thoughts come and go, sensations also come and go. Or is it that sensations are aware of the now? Can it be so? Please take a look. Are you aware as a sensation? Is a sensation aware? Is the self a sensation? No, right? Because even sensations appear in the now. They come, they go. So the fact is, I am aware of the now, but the mystery is, what is that self that is aware of the now? It certainly cannot be any object of experience because all objects, such as sights, sounds, tastes, feelings, sensations, thoughts, come and go in the now. They are changeful experiences in the now. What they appear to be now is now what they appeared to be before. What it appears to be now is not what it appears to be later. Matter of fact, before only applies to the objects which are changing. Because even before, it was the now. When we say before, it only refers to a different combination of thoughts, sensations, feelings, sensations, sense perceptions. When we talk about later, we're only referring to a different combination of thoughts, feelings, sensations, sense perceptions. Now is now. I, that which is aware of now, also just am here. I don't go anywhere. I'm just aware. So, why is it that we continue to identify with objects that come and go in the now? We'll get to what I am in a moment. But first, why is it that even though I see all of these objects appear, disappear, come and go, I continue to identify with them? And what does it mean to identify? It means to take yourself to be that. Why do I keep believing myself to be what comes and goes, what is constantly changing? There's no answer that you will receive to this question that will stop this identification. We just have to come to see that it is so silly and limiting to keep taking ourselves to be what comes and goes. Even the current state of mind, whether it's relief or confusion, frustration, it is just passing clouds. Why take yourself to be that? Whether you like what is being said or don't, it's just a state of mind. Why keep taking yourself to be that? What makes you believe that you are what you see? What makes you believe that you are what you perceive? Just thoughts. Thoughts telling a story about I am this, I am that. But thoughts themselves are perceived. Thoughts appear to speak on your behalf and project concepts on your behalf, but they're not on your behalf. It's just the point of view of the body. Thoughts speak as the body. But even these thoughts which speak as the body are perceived by what you are, by the self that is ever presently aware. Even thoughts are perceived to come and go by that which I am, by that which is aware of now. There's actually no separation between I and now. I is now. I have no form. Now is the formless. Now is my being. The now is my body. The infinite ground of creation, in which countless objects appear and disappear, countless experiences appear and disappear. I'm not the body that appears. I'm not the world that appears. I'm not the thoughts that are appearing, claiming that I am the world, I am the body, I am the thoughts. The world and the body and the mind that appear in the now are constant change, constantly appearing and disappearing, changing. Okay, have you noticed I am always now? The I that always am, you have to stop conceiving of it as a person or a thing. I am not what the mind conceives, because the mind I am aware of as an object which also comes and goes in my seeing. Words are the language of mind. My language is silence. Mind speaks. I am. Mind describes. I am aware. I am aware of even the mind describing, but I'm certainly not anything that the mind can describe. Mind can only describe other objects which come and go in the now. Mind's description, its words don't apply to me. They cannot reach me. They cannot grasp me. Why keep taking yourself to be the words which are arising, describing what is being said? You are not that. Even the sense of anticipation that perhaps understanding this will bring something or bring some sort of realization, even that is a passing cloud in my seeing. Don't take yourself to be that. Even frustration, perhaps at not understanding this, is a cloud which I see to come and go. Frustration comes and goes. That is a fact. You who are aware of the frustration coming and going, what are you? Once again, become aware of now. Feel the immediacy of now. Feel what it means to be now. Be present. When you are present, you cease to be an object. You are that which is now, aware that it is. I am. The mind excited about hearing this or frustrated that it doesn't get this is not what you are. It is another cloud passing in your seeing. The mind desiring to understand this so that it can bring some benefit is not what you are. Benefit is a concept that doesn't apply to you. I have nothing to gain because I am not a thing. I just am. I, the formless, am aware. My amness is the now, in which a whole world appears. The price we have to pay for self knowledge is to stop taking yourself to be that which passes, which comes and goes. Don't keep persisting on identification with transient experiences. Don't keep clinging to personal identity, object identity. while at the same time wishing to know self. These are very contradictory, and they have to be, one has to be let go. To know ourself, we must cease to identify with anything that appears and is perceived, no matter how much it appears to be myself. Here and now, I am that which has no name, no face, no past, no future. I am not aware as a person. I am aware of the person. I am not aware from the mind. I am aware of the mind. Now is my felt beingness. Now is the feeling of my self. Formless, all forms appear in it. Spaceless, all space appears in it. Timeless, past and future appear in it. Now is not a time between past and future. Now is timelessness. Now is my eternal being, in which all forms come and go. Universes appear and disappear. I am not any of those forms. I am. This is the essence of meditation. Be as you are, without association with all these transient objects, including thought. We can either be as we are or keep thinking ourselves to be what we are not. To identify means to think yourself into being something. It's an effort, a contraction. To be yourself is effortless, even though it may appear to be an effort when this knowledge first comes into our experience. Every day in meditation, we must sink deeply into the formless. We must willingly turn away from all form and dwell in our formless nature. Otherwise, the sea of form will consume you. And as we then start to grow more aware of our formless nature through daily disciplined practice, then we can hope to also, in the midst of form, be as we are and not take ourselves to be that which is moving, appearing and disappearing. To run away from silence is to run away from self, from truth, from God. Believing myself to be the body and mind gives rise to an unquenchable thirst for experience, for more and more experiences. This thirst cannot be satisfied by experience. Endless desire cannot be satisfied by any object. We must turn inward, start to realize our true nature, just be, just be. Great. You can open your eyes and relax. Take a few moments to just get settled, return. Let's talk a little bit about how to bring this discernment from your sit down meditations to your day to day life. Okay. Because living this teaching is the main thing. We have to bring this into all experiences as much as we can. We strive towards that. So, with that said, I also want to share that I know living in this way is difficult. Implementing these teachings is difficult. So, if you need help, join our free self inquiry support group. Over there, you can connect with other fellow seekers of truth. You can ask me questions. You can ask and discuss these teachings with other seekers. Over there, you will also get access to my self inquiry mini course, my self inquiry guide, and my self inquiry breakthrough class. Tons of resources available in that group that help you live this teaching, that help you be consistent and constantly motivated towards this quest for self discovery. So, now let's discuss how to bring this into your day to day life. The first thing that we will talk about is learning to observe change. Simple as that. As you go about your day, just start to observe that everything is in a constant state of change. All experiences are coming and going. Even this very experience of you sitting watching this video soon will cease to exist. So as you go by your day, just start to observe the changefulness of everything you see around you, but also the changefulness of the body and mind. You are not a body and mind in a changeful world. The body and mind are also changeful experiences. The whole experience that is appearing to you is not self, including the body and mind. It is all changeful appearance, which you are present to, which you are the witness of. Just start to notice this during the day. Nothing to do with this knowledge. Just start to observe that everything that I even take myself to be is changing. Therefore, I am not that. Now, of course, on the level of experience, you will treat experience with respect and live your life from the point of view of the body. But in a deeper essence, start to understand that it is all illusion. It is all appearance, and that none of this is you, none of this is real. The second thing I will recommend to you is every single day, meditate twice daily, okay? Once in the morning for 20 to 30 minutes, and once in the afternoon or evening for 20 to 30 minutes. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you don't sit in silence every day, you will get entangled in illusion. It's called Maya for a reason. It's called illusion for a reason. It's very compelling. If you don't allow yourself to sit in silence every single day, no matter how spiritually advanced you think you are, you will get entangled without even knowing it. You will continue to identify without even knowing it. You will continue to operate under the assumption of being so and so, being this and that, without even knowing it. Meditation is what thins the veil. This is why Ramana Maharshi, although he gave us so many pointers and teachings, he said silence is his highest teaching. In silence, illusion begins to crumble. I wish we could just make these videos and just sit silently. Of course, for the sake of speaking and communicating, we talk in words, but see that all these videos, all these words are pointing you to silence. So how silly is it that we keep running away from silence? I speak to so many people who watch our channel here, watch these videos, who keep running away from meditation. How can you call yourself an earnest seeker of truth if you keep running away from the silence, which is your very own source? This resistance to silence is only due to attachment to illusion, attachment to thinking, to conceptualizing yourself to be this or that. So put an end to that. Sit, meditate. If you need help with meditation, we have an amazing 10-week self-inquiry course in our self-inquiry school. So take advantage of that. I'll link that down below. But don't keep running away from meditation. Of course, this is something you can start on your own. If you are having a hard time, get help. That's why the school exists. It helps you deepen your practice. It helps you become more structured and consistent with it. Take it subtler and subtler so that you can become established in this understanding, in this wisdom. Now, the last thing that I will recommend to you on how to bring this into your day is, as you just live your normal life, stop being so invested in conceiving of yourself as a person and being so invested in your desires and what the mind feels should happen and should not happen. Stop being so invested in your beliefs about who you are and what life is and what is right and what is wrong. All of these are concepts. The more attached you are to your ideologies and belief systems, which, by the way, are nothing other than conditioned ideas, things that you have been taught or opinions you have formulated because of past experiences, the more attached you are to these, the more you will find this wisdom closed off. Step into the field of not knowing. Step into the field of not having any strong convictions. If anything, the only conviction that you should have is I am. After that, nothing can be said to be absolutely true. There are only relative truths in this experience. The only true thing that you can be convinced of is I am. I am aware. This will help you discern between truth and illusion because I am is the changeless essence, whereas all experiences, including beliefs and ideologies, continue to change. So don't be attached to anything as you live this life. Don't be attached to anything needing to be a particular way, even your ideas and opinions about right and wrong, good and bad, what should happen and should not happen, past and future. Let go of, like, you can still entertain these things and engage in them, but no longer is your entire sense of self, truth, importance invested in them. Okay. If you're observing change, if you are meditating daily, and if you are letting go of all of your mind's convictions, then how can you not grow in this knowledge, my friend? Wisdom is not for just a select few. It is, call it like your birthright. Okay. And if this message is entering your experience, then this practice is very relevant for you. It is appropriate for you, but you have to be willing to take a leap of faith, step outside of what you have known, step outside of learned knowledge into the immediacy of your direct experience, into being, into now, into self, into the presence of truth. That is this practice of self-inquiry meditation. So again, if you need help, you can either join our free support group or join Self-Inquiry School, where you will get more intimate help and a greater structure for this discernment. I'll link both down below. I hope this video resonated with you today. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join our little community. I'll see you next time. Thank you.